Outstanding. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Anthony Glenn, man, and I am ready to go, man. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are excited about going on the ones and twos with us. My name is Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. And guess what, guys? Today is going to be your free VA loan masterclass. We're going to be talking about all things real estate today. So you guys feel free to jump in and hang out with us. Okay. I'm super excited to have you guys on the show today. Okay. You guys are going to be rocking out for the next couple of hours on my live today. And I want to know what you guys are checking in from. Okay. So guys, this is what I'm going to be talking about today. All right. So shout out to everybody that's on the show. And Miss Jones, I appreciate you. My kids got registered for Linfield. So I'm super excited about that. We got to meet the principal the other day. And before we get started, guys, make sure you get some people into the space. Today, we're going to be talking about real estate investing. So I am excited to have you guys on the show. We are live on TikTok, Instagram, and a couple of other social media platforms. And I got some exciting news today, guys. We have reached 7,000 followers on TikTok. So I appreciate you guys for rocking out on the ones and twos with us. And if you guys know me, okay, hold on. Let me get this up here for you guys. Text WIN to 760-573-2731. Okay, so I'm posting this right now, guys, so you guys can get, so if you guys are on the show and you guys want to be a part of what we're doing, I'm pinning that comment, and I'm super excited to have you guys today on the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, where are you guys checking in at? Okay, I want to see where you guys are checking in from. Okay. If you're here, okay, and you guys could see me, put a 1 in the chat, man. Damn, we're already bubbling up on TikTok, on Instagram. Okay. But guys, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about how to partner with a veteran. Okay. Now, you do not have to be a vet to do this. Okay. But we're going to be specifically talking about how you guys can partner with a vet. Okay. So I'm going to put this, but as I get set up, I'm Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor from sunny Southern California. Hold on. I am on. So I'm Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. And today, I got a lot going on, man. Let me tell you, we're going to be in Miami in 3 weeks. We're going to be talking about a couple of things out there in Miami. And then for those of you who are just joining us, I'm getting set up. So I see a couple of people that are in the space right now. Okay, feel free to come up, guys. We are rocking out, and I'm going to be rocking out for 2 straight hours on the VA home loan benefit, and we're going to be talking about how you guys can partner with veterans, what that looks like, and then also we're going to be discussing basically investment opportunities for you guys, and then also if you're a real estate agent and you're looking to partner with us, we're going to be talking about that as well. So, Ian, man, can you let the people know who you are and what you do?
Hey, good morning, everybody. My name's Ian Jensen. I'm a real estate agent down here in Southern California. This is what pays the bills, but we do a lot of other things. A lot of it's education. So thank you guys for coming in here. My experience so far has been real estate sales, like I said, residential only. Here in the Southern California area, the majority of my clients have been military veterans or active duty service members, and then we help them from transitioning from either coming to the Camp Pendleton area or helping them relocate and find good real estate investments in their new location.
Fantastic, Ian. And Ian is going to be a moderator on the show today. And guys, if you're here, and I got my sister Sierra Taylor pulling up. What's up, Sierra? Good to see you, man. I'm inviting you up. Okay, Sierra is one of our moderators. Also, Sierra, can you let the people know who you are and what you do, my great sister?
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Sierra Taylor. I am a real estate and mortgage professional here in Southern California. I am also an accountant by trade, a veteran, real estate investor, as well as one of Tony's many mentees.
Fantastic. And guys, I'm super excited right now. For those of you who are joining us before the show gets big, I want you guys to hit that share button, get the likes up. We're going to be talking about all things real estate today, and we're specifically starting with the VA home loan benefit first, and then we're going to be talking about a couple of other things. So, Sierra, I have a question for you. What right now, what do you see in today's market? I want to start off so you guys know what we're going to be talking about. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys could hear Sierra coming through on Instagram. Can y'all do that for me? Can y'all hear Sierra pretty good? Is she coming through clear? Or are y'all getting an echo? I need to know. Can y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear her coming through? Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys could hear her coming through nice and loud and clear on Instagram. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Fantastic. I got some ones. Okay. So Sierra, what do you see going on in the market? Can you tell us about the last couple of listings that you've done and then the last couple of VA buyers that you've assisted? What are you seeing in today's market?
So first things first, it is a buyer's market. That's what I am seeing for sure. And it's very beneficial for VA buyers at this time because, for one, you're not having to have a down payment like everyone else. And then, what's even more helpful is that sellers are very motivated and have been motivated lately to be able to cover a certain percentage when it comes to concessions. And they're just very cooperative versus how they were, a few years ago. That's what I'm seeing. And even when it comes to interest rates, they have cooled off a bit from the 7 through 9 range to, there may be a day on the market where you can get an interest rate in the 6s. And so that's a big change, especially in a payment to go to maybe being quoted for a 7.5%, 8% to, the mid 6s, high 6s, just depending on the day, because we know those change from day to day. But that's what I am seeing. I have had a couple of veterans take advantage of their opportunity to be able to, purchase a property and not bring anything to the table other than earnest money. And of course, if you know anything about the home buying process, earnest money comes back to you on the back end. So I'll land there.
Oh, that's fantastic, guys. And guys, listen, check this out, guys. Welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. Guys, man, are y'all ready to kick it like a sensei, man? I got the team here today, man. So guys, listen, so what we're going to be talking about, guys, is accepting the challenge of whatever the market is doing and how you guys can navigate through this process. The reason why we're talking about this is because you, as a future investor, you need to be looking at providing value to the clients that are out there looking to invest in real estate. What we do here is we teach you creative strategies and innovative strategies so you guys can actually get out there and win. So for those of you that are new to our stage, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about how you can partner with a veteran. We're going to be talking about negotiation strategies with Ian and Sierra and also Bruno. Okay, Bruno should be coming up here soon. Okay, and then also we're going to be talking about how to leverage or partner with a veteran. So guys, put a 1 in the chat if you guys are ready for us to kick it like a sensei. I got Sierra and Ian is going to rock out. I am your host, Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor, real estate broker out of sunny Southern California. But I help everybody everywhere, and we're going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks that you guys could leverage to win in real estate. Now, you could swipe left and go to another room and talk about Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, and lose over there, or you can win in real estate with us today. So if you guys are excited, I want you guys to put a 2 in the chat because we're going to rock out for the next hour and a half, and we're going to be giving you innovative and creative strategies on how you guys can get to the bag. All right. Okay. So Ian, without further ado, thank you, Sierra, for that ad, because we're going to be talking about concessions. Sierra, are you going to be able to hang out for a little bit and tell us some creative ways to utilize concessions with negotiating?
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so Ian, can you let Bruno know with his T-Mobile sidekick that we're on live right now? And shout out to the 30 people that showed up on YouTube right now. Right now we have 30 people on YouTube. We got 19 people on TikTok. So guys, the rules of engagement while you're on my live, if you're here and you are new to the stage, what I'm going to ask you guys to do is if you're in the room right now on TikTok, you need to be banging those thumbs. So can I get some likes right now, guys? Because that's going to trigger the algorithm. Listen, I cannot do this by myself. In order for me to get bigger on the stage, I need for you guys to share this right now. And for every 5 shares and 1,000 likes, the algorithm triggers and it allows us to get in front of more people. So if you guys are on the live right now, you might want to get a pin because we're going to talk about the multifamily investing partnership. So everybody put multifamily in the chat right now. We're going to break that down. Put multifamily in the chat. I want to see multifamily in the chat. Multifamily. Put that in the chat right now. Multifamily. Multifamily. Let's see it. Type multifamily in the chat if you're here. Okay. And then make sure you guys are giving us some likes. Okay. I'm tapping my own screen right now. Okay. So let's get started. Okay. And I'm starting to see people now. While you're in here, you might want to share this, because I'm telling you, in the next 20 minutes, we'll probably have 50, 60 people in here. So if you're in here, the way that we're going to teach you guys how to invest in multifamily, okay, is that we need you guys to tap that screen and get the shares up, okay? And then for those of you on TikTok or YouTube or whatever you guys are on, whatever platform that you're in, please engage in the chat. So that's going to help our algorithm get in front of more people. So let's get started. I'm going to start with Ian, and then I'm going to go to Sierra. Okay, so Ian, I got a question for you. Can I, as a non-veteran, invest with a veteran? Is yes or no? Okay, and then how can I do it? What are 2 ways that I can do it? Let's get started.
Okay, cool. I'll run the wave top. So I'll let Sierra, if you're still there, you can run the numbers for us because you know those better than me. Okay, so the way it works is a veteran has to participate and has to be the intended occupant at that residence. Okay, so if there's 5, we can do a total of 5. 5 units is the maximum you can buy. So a veteran has to live there as their residence. But if you could have an investor, or if you have the money for yourself and you want to bring somebody in on the team, then you can do that as well. But your credit has to be sufficient, and then the total gross, like what do you want to say, the money involved from the entire party have to be able to qualify. All right. So, but what you can do is one veteran can live in one unit, and you could rent out up to 3 other units. But if to do the 5-unit play, there has to be a business unit involved. But let's think about it as in terms of a 4-plex. If we just do a 4-plex, right? Because 5 is the maximum, but 4 is probably the one you're going to find the most often, up to. All right. So what you can do is say you have 4 units. You know, the veteran lives in 1 unit, and then you rent out the other 3 units, and then the income that those units produce can help you qualify for a higher purchase price.
Fantastic. Okay, so right now, everybody put the number 5 in the chat, and shout out to my man Otis James just pulling in. Man, I think we're gonna have a hell of a show, man. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, guys, if you guys are rocking out on the 1s and 2s, everybody put the number 5. I got a lot of feedback from your mic, Otis. We're getting a lot. There you go. It sounds better now. So guys, guess what? So you guys are in for a treat. We got Sierra Taylor. Okay. We real estate investor, Navy veteran, disabled veteran, accountant, and also a family woman, okay, and realtor and entrepreneur and real estate investor on the stage. We got Ian Jensen, professional beard model, okay, all right, real estate investor, realtor, okay, Cardone Veterans Group certified. United States Marine Corps commanding, and then we got Otis James, 4 Data Points Academy, guys. Okay, real estate investor, real estate broker. Okay, ran over 1 million units. Okay, I don't even know how many units, man. I'm gonna let him do his own introduction, guys. But guys, we're here to help you guys. And guys, make sure if you're on TikTok, make sure you give all of them a follow, because we're on a joint process on getting more followers so they can turn their camera on. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. Otis, you want to introduce yourself real quick? Tell the people who you are and what you do, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There we are. Can you hear me all right now?
We can hear you loud and clear.
All right. All right. I'm a full-time real estate investor out of the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm a long-term hold investor, founder of 4 Data Points Academy real estate training platform. I'm a former mortgage broker, spent the better part of 20 years in the multifamily commercial industry. Basically anything that you can imagine having to do with real estate. I have some experience there, and I am the new 2024 spokesmodel for escrow. I'm on the escrow box, which is a really big thing for me. So, won't he do it?
Oh man, that's funny, man. Make sure you guys are following Otis, man, because he's gonna rock out with us. Otis, I appreciate you pulling up, and make sure you guys listen to me, guys. I'm telling you right now, bang that screen right now, guys. Be banging those thumbs, because this is gonna help the algorithm trigger. Okay. And for those of you that are on YouTube, guys, we got a treat for you today. Okay. So I'm going to go to Sierra, and then we're going to go back to Otis. Okay. I got a couple of questions. Okay. Sierra, can you talk about how to leverage concessions? What can concessions be utilized? Everybody put the word concessions in the chat. Concessions. We're going to start with this because this is going to be a negotiation strategy that all of you guys could use. And as we grow bigger in the space, guys, we want you guys to engage with us because we're going to talk about some negotiation strategies that you guys could leverage when buying investment properties. Now, all right. So thank you, Chantel. I appreciate you. And we appreciate you guys pulling up, man. I see Overcoming Her pulling up. I think we're going to have a big room today, man. The Sit Rep podcast is here. So let's rock out. Sierra, can you let us know, can you give us a couple of tips on negotiation strategies with concessions, and how can a person looking to invest in real estate utilize this strategy?
Absolutely. So there are multiple ways to approach asking for concessions, as well as executing the concessions that you receive. So me personally, my style is to be a straight shooter at the beginning, because it kind of puts you in a position to maximize concessions that can be given, especially if there's been a property that's been on the market for a while, or it's obvious that the seller is motivated. I'll ask for concessions up front, and then once we get back the inspection report, I'll ask for more concessions. Essentially, that's just typically how I roll. A lot of times, and not every time, but these concessions can be used to even out the odds, and you can come from that perspective as well when asking for concessions. And I think that is like the number one way to ask for concessions, is so that that rate can be bought down, or depending on how expensive the property is, it can aid in the closing costs, in which we know that you can use concessions for recurring and non-recurring costs to the buyer. And so those are two motivating factors. And we all know that in a lot of cases, being able to get some additional help from the seller helps the buyer be more motivated to bring the money to the table. Because as Anthony always says, the buyer has the money, the buyer holds the power. I'll land there, but there are plenty of other ways to approach it. But at the bare minimum, buying down a rate or helping towards closing costs, because the more expensive the property, the larger amount of the closing costs. For the most part, it'll be around 2 to 3% of the purchase price as well for the closing costs. So even though a VA buyer they don't have a down payment, they still have closing costs, which need to be addressed in some form or fashion. And if your agent is not addressing that, then you need to get another agent. I'll land there.
Bingo, 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 guys. And guys, listen, we got a full stage today. Bruno Nascimento just pulled up. Guys, we're talking about negotiation strategies. We're going to be talking about, listen, this is what you're going to get today. Number one, we're going to talk to you guys not just about so Otis James, myself, Ian, and Sierra. Okay, we're going to be talking about non-veterans and how to negotiate also. We're not just talking about vets, but then we're also going to give you guys some negotiation tips in this market on how you can invest in a piece of real estate and win in real estate. Guys, we just got 27 people in the live. Guys, if you're here, do me a favor, get us up to 15 shares right now. We're at 7 shares. Hit that little arrow down at the bottom and hit those shares up. Can you guys get us to 15? And if you're in the live right now, bang those thumbs right now, because we got a full stage of real estate investors. We're going to talk about innovative ways to where you guys could get in here and win. Okay, Bruno, can you give a quick introduction to who you are and what you do, brother?
Hell yeah, man. Bruno down here in Southern California, like the rest of the crew, man. I am a real estate investor, real estate educator, retired Marine after 20 years, and just excited, man, to be rolling through and sharing some nuggets, man.
What are you eating over there, dog? It sounds like you eating some Scooby snacks, man. You know what I'm saying? I hear some Scooby snacks over there. It better be a non-paleo, non-GMO, Jack. What you eating over there? What are you eating, dog?
You know what it is? Is that like the moment? It was like the moment I took a bite, dog. He was like, "Hey, Bruno." I was like, "Oh shit."
So guys, put a one in the chat if you guys are ready to have some fun with us, because we're going to be talking about this. Like, guys, we're going to give you a quick answer. This is Rapid Fire Real Estate. This is the Win in Real Estate show. Guys, if you're new to our show, if you guys want to get on a consultation call with us for free, I want you guys to text the word WIN to 760-573-2731. You're going to text the word WIN to 760-573-2731. Shout out to Scott Evans that's on the live right now. I'm going to be going to go see him here after I get off the live. But guys, listen to me. We're on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Facebook right now. Okay. And right now you guys are being able to rock out with us. And we're super excited to talk to you guys about how to win in real estate. Now let's go over to Otis. Okay. Negotiation strategies. Okay. What advice would you tell someone? Okay. So let's role play right now. Okay. Otis is going to be the real estate investor, and Otis is going to, and then I'm going to be the future real estate investor, and Otis is going to be the professional that's guiding me through. And I'm going to tell him, Otis, the interest rates are too high. Okay. I don't think that I should buy right now. What's going to be your answer?
I'm going to say, don't look at the interest rate, calculate it into the deal, right? Let the math determine your way forward. So first of all, you can impact the interest rate by requesting some closing cost credits for, to buy the rate down. So let's look at the math. Let's look at what your interest rate is now, and let's look at what your interest rate will be when you buy it down, and we'll compare the two payments. Now, for me, I look at everything. Sometimes maybe we use it to buy the interest rate down. Sometimes we use these credits for repairs on the property, right? We'll hold some cash in escrow. We'll hold the credits in escrow, submit the estimates, and pay the contractors. So essentially, we can finance some of the repairs, right? So I look at everything. I look at what math works in our favor, right? And then if somebody is budget conscious, then we'll go and try to minimize their monthly obligation. But let's say somebody wants to get a new kitchen and they've got $20,000 in seller credits. Maybe it's not worth it to buy the rate down just yet. Maybe we hold that $20,000 in escrow. You just got a new kitchen that you would have to pay for out of pocket after we closed. So I look at the needs of the person, what our financial objective is, and then I'll see what math is going to get us there the quickest.
Bingo, 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 guys. Put a one in the chat if that was good advice, guys, because here's the deal, guys. Look, when you're getting out here and you're picking real estate, picking realtors, they only think about what the house looks like. They're not telling you guys negotiation strategy, guys. So right now we got 115 people on the live today, man. Let's go, y'all. All right. Oh, I put the lose sound. Look, I don't know my buttons.
Hey, Dr. Clarissa said I need more volume. You can hear me all right, right?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, man. So
okay.
It's a little muffled on this end, man. So like we hear you, but it just sounds a little muffled.
Says the person his phone is always messing up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I was trying to help, man. He asked.
Okay. Shout out to my sister Crystal Lumpkins. Good to see you, my sister Crystal Lumpkins. Thank you for joining the show, guys. Thank you for the 15 shares, guys. We owe you 2 more nuggets. Now I have a question. So now let's just say that the property. Now I have a question for the people that are on the live right now. Here's the question that I propose. Okay, we go into escrow. The property is you do the home inspection, which is a sticking point for a lot of people that are looking to invest in real estate. Now the home inspection. Put a 1 in the chat if you want a bunch of stuff to be wrong with the property. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe that you want the property to be clean from the home inspection. Now, this is a little bit of real estate trivia. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want the property to be super clean. I mean, no, what did I say? What did I say, y'all? I already forgot. Put a 1.
It's cleaned during escrow.
Yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you want that property to be good. And you do the home inspection and there's nothing wrong with the property. Put a 2 in the chat if you guys want a bunch of stuff to be wrong from the home inspection. Put a 2 in the chat if you guys want 1 in the chat if you want it to be clean, 2 in the chat if you wanted a bunch of stuff to be wrong. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of trivia right now. Put a 1 in the chat if you want the property to be clean. Put a 2 in the chat if you want a bunch of stuff to be wrong with the property. Okay. Now it's popcorn style for the stage. Okay, so I got a lot of people up here. Okay, why would you want? Okay, so D says 1, she wants the property to be clean. Okay. Who else agrees with D? Okay. Now, this is a trick question. All right. So now, okay, so thank you, Women's Mindset Coach. I appreciate you for sharing the live. I appreciate you for pulling up. Okay, so now let me get some opinions from the stage. Why would you want something wrong with the property, or why wouldn't you want something wrong with the property? Popcorn style. Ian, Bruno, who wants to jump in?
Yeah,
I want something wrong with the property. Oh, go ahead, Bruno.
Ooh, man, you sound way better, bro.
Yeah, you sound better.
Yeah, man, I had to switch up. I'll say I want something wrong with the property because I can negotiate. Period. The more wrong with the property, the more problems that I can buy, the more leverage I have to negotiate. So I want everything wrong with the property short of me having to build it again. Go ahead, Bruno. I cut you off. I think I cut you off, brother.
No, it's all good, man. And I think I was going to say the same thing. You know, it's kind of a trick question, right? It's kind of a trick question because it's a case by case. So I want things to be wrong with the property for me to be able to negotiate the way that Otis just said, right? But it's like the things that I want wrong with the property are things that are going to make sense, right? And sometimes what I would really want are things that look like they are worse than what they actually are, right? Meaning that the people that are not familiar with this, that don't understand, are likely to want to run for the hills, right? But the folks like us that are doing this, that are like, termite, they're like, I was just talking to a client this morning, they're like, she's like, oh, I really hope, that there aren't too many termites so the house doesn't fall apart like in Money Pit, right? And I'm like, ma'am, if there are some termites, that'd be great because we can get it fixed, right? But again, so it depends what it is, because if it's things that are not as serious as how they may look like in the surface, then that's jackpot, right? Because now I can leverage people's ignorance to get a really good deal for my folks, right? But on the same token, man, if the property, let's say you have a banging deal, right, where you like upfront, you were able to negotiate all sorts of things, and now you're like, shit, I don't want anything to cause the deal to fall through. In those circumstances, I would want the thing to come back clean, right? So it's going to be a case by case, bro. I'll land there.
Dang, Bruno, what you got over there? I heard cows mooing and llamas, llama one on llama. Bruno got all types of stuff going on over there. So guys,
notifications, dog.
So guys, welcome to the show, guys. And y'all hear that sound that you got going on? That's money coming in, guys. So if you guys want to win in real estate, man, and get some checks passively, okay, make sure you guys share the live, and I appreciate you guys for pulling up. And make sure you follow Ian, Sierra, Otis. Make sure you follow everybody that's on stage right now, guys, and make sure you banging out those thumbs to get the shares up right now. So right now we got 4,000 likes, and then we got 16 shares. Can you guys get us up to 20 shares right now? And for those of you that are new to the live, guys, we do these rooms every Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're here, you want to get on early so you can get your questions answered quickly, okay? So we really appreciate you guys for pulling up to the show. Tomorrow, we're going to be going over some other stuff, so make sure you guys pull up to the Winning Real Estate show on YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Facebook, okay, and Instagram. So if you guys have any questions or comments, guys, you guys can get on a free consultation call. We're looking for real estate professionals that want to partner with us, okay, because we are growing. And then also, if you guys want to become a real estate investor, here's what I want to tell y'all before we actually start rocking out. You cannot get where we are unless you're willing to take sacrifices. Period, point blank. We started this live show right now on all of these social media platforms. And guess what? I'm telling you right now, look at me. We will go viral, okay? I'm telling you, the people who show up, it doesn't matter if it's 2 or 10 people. We don't worry about where we're at right now. We worry about where we're going. So I don't care about how many people are on the live. It's how many people that we impact. We've been on for 29 minutes, and I'm going to tell you something right now. There's only 17 shares, and almost 700 people have came through this space. Why? Because their attention span is so short that they don't know that they actually have 3 millionaires on the live right now. There's 3 millionaires on the live right now that have over $1 million in real estate assets that's getting passive income. But people are attention span is so short that they're swiping out of the space. I don't care. I'm okay with that. I only want to invest in people who are willing to invest in us. Okay? We're going to continue to introduce ourselves to enough people until people are introducing us. Now what's going to happen is that once they get to know who we are, then they're going to be like, damn, that's that guy that was on TikTok with Otis James, Bruno, and Sierra, and Ian. Those are the guys. Oh, I remember those guys that are on stage with billionaire Grant Cardone. Oh, that's that dude Otis that was doing the 4 Data Points Academy in front of 300, 400 people. So guys, listen to me, man. We don't care where you're at. We don't care if you got bad credit. We don't care if your teeth are yellow. We don't care if you brushed your teeth. We want people who are willing to invest in themselves, period, point blank. If this is not the space for you, if you don't like the way we talk, go ahead in another room, because we're on an intimate mission to make 200 millionaires. No, 100 millionaires in the next 2 years. 100 millionaires.
Unknown caller.
100 millionaires in the next 2 years. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that you can become a millionaire in the next 2 years. Put a 1 in the chat. I want to see if you're committed. If you're on my live right now and you believe that you can become a millionaire in the next 2 years, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, Valerie, I see you. Who else? Okay. Low, high, tight, I see you. D, I see you. Okay. Now, if you don't want to do that and you don't want to and you don't want to do that, listen. Go somewhere where you can get distracted. But guys, we want people who want to take action today. So so let me go ahead and reset the room. My name is Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. Shout out to Ian Jensen, Otis James, Bruno Nascimento, and my sister, last but not least, Sierra Taylor. Okay, we're here to help you guys. If you don't want help, then don't invest. You cannot become a multimillionaire unless you're willing to put the steps and put the work in. It's not going to happen overnight. Stop thinking that you're going to buy Bitcoin and it's going to blow up, okay? We're going to tell you tangible items that's going to help you win, okay? So now let's get to it, all right? So guys, if you want to get on our, if you want to partner with us, text the number 760-573-2731. Again, that number is 760-573-2731. If you're on our live right now and you want to get on a free consultation call where we can help you become a real estate investor. If you're looking to get into the 4 Data Points, 4datapoints.com is where you can get in there. Otis, can you post the website in the link? Guys, myself, Ian, and Bruno went through this course. Sierra, I don't think you were with us before. Sierra, did you go through the course too?
With Otis?
Yes.
No.
Okay. But listen to me, guys. Look, the only way look, if you want to become a king, you got to hang around kings, man. If you want to become a queen, you got to hang around queens. Stop listening to people tell you that the market's going to crash, because it's not. Now, everybody right now on the live right now, because I think we're blowing up, guys. Thank you for the shares. We got 27 people here right now on TikTok. We got 36 people on LinkedIn. We got 19 people on X. And right now we got 6 people on Instagram. So guys, listen to me. If you're here and you're looking to become a real estate investor the correct way, we're going to break it down for you. So right now, put a 1 in the chat if you guys got a pen, okay? Because you're in the right space today. Now let's get back to it. Okay, so 4 Data Points Academy. Otis, can you tell them briefly what that is and how they can get involved? And guys, listen, I don't make no money from this. Look, I'm telling you people that we utilize ourselves. Okay. And then guys, if you guys want to know what the 4 Data Points Academy is, we're going to talk about that. And we're going to tell you how to get in our program too for free. Okay. Otis, go ahead and kick it.
So it's a real estate investor training platform. And I think one of the distinctions between, us and what you see in the marketplace is we don't have an end date. So we have a structured curriculum, and then we carry a professional relationship until you no longer need me to coach you through the process. That could be 1 year, that could be 3 years, that could be 4 years, and you only have to pay once, because we're banking on our ability to turn you into a real estate investor. 4 Data Points Academy is really known for demystifying real estate investing, simplifying it down to 4 questions. What does it cost? What does it cost to fix up? What's it going to be worth when I'm done? How much income can it generate? And we base the rest of your education, we build it on those 4 questions. It gets a little more complicated the higher you go into the process. But I mean, I mentor 325 people right now, and they've all got good things to say about it. So, if you guys want real estate education, I got some free stuff on our website too. Like, you can go to our website, download a document that teaches you how to assess deals. You don't have to pay for that. and then determine whether you want some more education. But I appreciate the plug, Ant.
Yeah, indeed, man. And the reason why I do this is because, man, my light doesn't get any brighter by dimming other people's light. And I think that a lot of people don't. Guys, you don't have to do it by yourself. Put a 2 in the chat if somebody just gave you the opportunity that you would go so hard in the paint for those people. I remember, that was me. Okay, I was the guy sitting in the back, and I'm like, damn, if somebody just gave me a shot. If somebody just gave me a shot, because I know my worth. And it creates anxiety when I talk about it. That's why I took a deep breath, because I was that person where my voice was not heard. I was that person looking at the person on stage, looking at that person on stage with multi-million dollars of real estate. And I'm like, damn, this guy doesn't even know who I am. He doesn't even know who I am. But that's okay, man, because everybody has a voice in this space, guys. So if you have a question or a comment, then you want to become a real estate investor, or you own property, or even if you want to partner with us, look, man, we're looking for a few good people that are looking to invest in real estate so we can have receipts, so you guys so we can show proof that you guys got in the game and utilize these strategies. So let's get back into it, guys. Thank you for the 19 shares. Get the shares up on TikTok if you guys are just not joining us. Get us to 25 shares. That's 6 more shares. Let's get to it. After the live the other night, I couldn't sleep. You answered so much my anxiety was on 10. See, that's what I like to hear. So my sister, I think, and guess what? I owe you a phone call. I tried to reach out to you yesterday. We keep our damn word, guys. If we tell you we're going to do something, we do it. Okay. You reached out to us. We answered some questions. So guys, listen to me. If you're on this live and you have real estate questions, this is your opportunity to not have to pay a bunch of money to get your question answered. Okay. Now, if I got to tell you to do it, if I got to encourage you to do what you need to do to get better, then you don't want to do it. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you, good. I want you to be uncomfortable, because guess what? It's uncomfortable to have to get up and go to work and work a 9 to 5 and almost kill yourself while the company's making money. It's uncomfortable to argue with your family because you don't have enough money. It's uncomfortable because you're going to run out of money and not know where you're going to get that next check. It's uncomfortable to have the people who gave you the job to have control over your life. The only way that you guys could get out of that freaking rat race is that you have to own something. And the only 2 things that prints money is a corporation and real estate. That's it. If you don't have that, you do not have any power. Now,
come on.
Now, man, listen. Who wants to jump in, man? Because I don't want to just run my mouth. I want to get back to the teaching, guys. Okay, so
I do, man.
Go ahead, jump in. We're going to pass the mic to Bruno, and then we're going to talk about the 4 things that create value in homes, and we're going to discuss economical things to prove to you guys that the market is not going anywhere right now. Listen, if you're not getting in this game to make some money, you listen. You better get property before it starts getting too expensive. Okay, so Bruno, go ahead and jump in, and I know Otis, Sierra, and Ian want to jump in too.
Yeah, man. So the thing that I wanted to add to, Tony, was the point that you were making earlier, man, about, being in proximity to people that are doing big things, man. So if you want to grow and you want to scale, I mean, proximity is key, right? And then understanding that you will never know everything, right? And that's why we went through Otis's platform. Like, we are real estate professionals. I mean, like, not like somebody who just does this as a hobby. Like, we do this for a living. Like, the way that I provide for my family, right, is being in real estate. And I've been doing this for years now. And even though I have experience, I have the knowledge, right, and I'm actually doing it, I realize that sometimes there may be blind spots and things that I just don't know everything. So what better way, right, than to lean on other people that can fill those gaps for you, right? So, man, Otis's course that we went to, right, at the time, I'm learning some stuff, and I'm like, man, I think I know this, but it's one of those, like, I feel like I know it makes sense. But you know what, man, like, the more that I go through things, the more that I get experience, the more that, the more circumstances that I find myself in, right? The number of times that I've ever reached out to Otis, he has never, ever, ever disappointed. And I'm talking about, like, me paying to go through that course has made me, I mean, shit, I just closed a deal that I made $15,000 on because of Otis, because I reached out to him. So he had given me a plug right? He had planted the seed, taught me how to do it. You know, I understood it, but this was years ago. And then I reached out to him to say, hey, man, you know, I just want to kind of bounce some things off of you. Doc, he didn't even hesitate to like help me out, walk me through the process. And because he did that, right, it gave me the confidence for me to, you know, to actually go through a transaction that I was, you know, that I just wasn't very sure about because I didn't have experience in that space that he thrives in. So, Doc, I'm on my third creative financing transaction as we speak because of Otis, man. And because he was able to instill the confidence in me for me to be able to, you know, to feel comfortable enough to go through and say, you know what, man, I can master this. And if I can't, right, Tony will tell you. I just messaged Tony yesterday about a transaction. And then Tony went and said, oh, you know what? Otis is the plug. You know, and it's the power of proximity, and I can't stress that enough. So if you don't hear anything else, right, because you fucking know everything, right, cool, but just take that nugget, right, from people that, I'm telling you, man, you cannot put a price tag on the power of proximity, man. I'll pass it off, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, and look, just to give you an idea of the type of world we live in, first of all, you got two options. You can either have a plan or be a part of somebody else's. And I choose to have a plan. And just to give you an illustration of the world we live in, just on, I think it was TikTok. If you go to my TikTok, you can see TikTok and Instagram, because I usually do the same post. And in one post, I was explaining to people how to buy real estate and pay out of your exit strategy. They market it as buying real estate for zero money out of your pocket. It's really just paying out of your exit strategy. So I did that post with an explanation of how to do that. And I was so proud of myself out of that. Look, I took a breath before I hit post, because I just knew it was going to be viral. I just knew. I was like, let me just take this in, because I'm gonna be real famous, and I'm not gonna have the schedule to be able to support all this. Boom! I didn't even look at it. I come back the next day and check on it. 4 views. One of them was my mom. But the post right after mine is just some chick walking from the camera to the kitchen. 4 seconds. 20,000 views. I'm like, okay, either I'm gonna have to start showing some booty, or I'm gonna start having to focus on people that actually want to learn this stuff. And it's 99% of the people are in the 99% because they're not willing to do what the 1% is willing to do. And if you think that what you know right now is enough, then consider that your harvest, right? But if you make what you know your seed and make the decision to be in proximity to people and ask questions and engage with people, then that seed can result in a much larger harvest down the road. The biggest asset you have, Anthony mentioned corporations and real estate. 2 of those don't compare to the biggest asset. The biggest asset is what's in between your ears, because no one can take that away from you. Somebody asked me, they said, hey, I got $10,000. How should I invest it? How would you invest it? I said, me? I wouldn't invest it in real estate. I would invest it in marketing so that I could use what I've learned as a real estate investor, create enough conversations to where I can acquire the real estate for zero capital. You're going to blow that $10,000 and still not going to have a lifestyle that you want to support based off that. So those are some of the conversations that we have internally as a group. And wise man once told me, he said, Otis, you can't want it more for somebody than they want it for themselves.
That's a fact.
So listen to what Anthony is saying. Go ahead, brother.
And this is the part that Sierra, and I know you guys want to get in, guys. I appreciate you guys pulling up. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are enjoying this conversation, because listen, man, we don't want to be I'm gonna tell you, if you came to this room and you are you want to feel good about what it is, you're in the wrong space. Okay? You're in the wrong space. All right. This shit takes work, and you're going to mess it up. All right. You're going to make mistakes. But the beauty of making those mistakes through the transaction is going to give you the experience to do it again. When you get on a bicycle, you don't get on the bike and then expect to just start riding out. You get on the bike, you're going to fall down. But once you do that, that's going to give you that measuring rod of what you can do better. So guys, we're blowing up on TikTok. I appreciate you guys. Listen, Winning Real Estate show, guys. Thank you for coming up to the show. There's 37 people here right now. And listen, we got some, if you have questions or comments in the chat about real estate investing, we're going to walk you through the things that create value in property. And we're going to tell you why you should invest now. Everybody put the word now. And Shay Mickle, I got you. I want to be a part of that mentorship. I'll give 100% of my first deal. No, Shay, you don't have to give 100% of your first deal. Okay? We don't want your money. We want your receipts. Okay? So Shay, you're the first person. We're going to commit ourselves to doing this for you right now. I'm going to invite you to the stage, and I want you to come up, and you're going to get a pen right now. Get a pen. I'm inviting you to the stage. We're going to invite you to the stage and want to talk to you and have a small conversation about where you're at. And then all of my friends are going to pour into you, and I'm going to show you how gangster we are on the show. And guys, for those of you that are just joining the show, get a pen right now. And I want you guys to text the word WIN to 760-573-2731. Okay. That's how you get on our calendar. And then we're going to give you a free consultation call with us, real time. You guys got 10 minutes with us. Now, let me tell you about that consultation, that free roadmap call. Okay. That roadmap call that we're giving you guys, come prepared, please. Don't come on there saying, I ain't got no job. No, listen, this is the questions that you need to write down. Okay. Where do you want to invest? How much money that you have? Okay. What strategy do you want to do, commercial or residential real estate? Okay. And then come prepared. So in that 10 minutes, we don't have to diagnose, what it is that, we want to maximize that time. Okay. So make sure, make sure that you guys, when you come to that free consultation call, that you guys are prepared so we can answer your questions. Okay. Again, that number is 760-573-2731. Shay, welcome to the Winning Real Estate. How can we help you win this morning?
Can you hear me?
Hell yeah, we can hear you, girl.
Hey, how you doing? I'm multitasking. I'm at work, but I'm with you. I'm
telling your boss, you ain't supposed to be on the damn phone at work. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not.
Hey, I want to tell y'all I'm at work right now, but you know what? I'm glad that you're on here. What state are you checking in from?
Florida.
Florida, what part?
Jacksonville.
Jayville. Okay, we're coming to Florida. We're going to be in Miami. It's not Jacksonville, but we're coming out there to Florida for an event in 3 weeks. I'll send me a message, and then send me a private message, and then I'll tell you where we're going to be at. But tell us what it is that you're trying to do.
Okay, sounds good. So honestly, being honest, I made a lot of mistakes, so I'm starting over.
Doesn't matter.
Basically, I don't have any capital. If I can come up with money right now, I would say maybe 5,000. But I want to do it strategically and smart, and I feel like I can. I just need someone to kind of, hold my hand a bit, and that's why I said I would give my 100% of my first deal. But that's where I'm at.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you a couple of questions before we pour into you. You got a pen?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so and before I move on, shout out to Joe Onello. That's my brother. Bought my last 2 rentals in California in the last 4 months with creative financing, both cash flow day one. Stephanie, I came into this room because you are listening to real estate individuals who have done the work, not talk about it. Thank you, Stephanie, for that love. Appreciate you guys pulling up. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so number one, you got a job, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, and you live in Jacksonville?
Yes.
Do you have a family?
Yes.
Okay. All right. How old are the kids?
2 and a year and 2 weeks.
So you got
2 years old and a year.
So you got a 1 and a 2-year-old?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's their first name?
Armani and Carter.
2 boys?
No, Armani's a girl, 2-year-old. Carter is the 1-year-old boy.
Okay. Here's a question that I have. Do you want Armani and Carter to inherit your lack of financial literacy?
No.
Okay. Well, it's time to get to work.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm more than ready.
And the reason why I say that is because once you figure out who you're doing real estate for, there's nothing that should be able to stop you. You're not doing it necessarily for you. You're doing it for them.
I'm gonna just tell you honestly, I'm doing it for me. I'm an adoptive parent, so the situation's a little different. So I'm doing it for me first.
I love it. Okay. I love that too, and then here's what I'm going to ask now for your scenario. So where do you live?
I live in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay. So
I,
you live in Jacksonville. Do you own your own home?
no, I'm renting.
Okay. How much do you pay for rent?
1680.
1680. How long have you been living there?
Um, since October, I recently moved. Well, somewhat recently.
Okay. All right. So 1680. Let's multiply it. What's 1680 times 12? Guys, help me out. Help me out. You don't have to do it. I'm gonna have my partners do this for you, and then we're gonna talk about this. Okay. So,
well, I did do the math. 20,160.
Okay. 20,160. Okay. Now, that's $20,000 gone from your hard-earned income. Now, let's just say that you made $80,000. 20,000 is gone, and another 15,000 is going to taxes. So, how can you maintain that lifestyle knowing that?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely want to own.
Now, I'm gonna pass the mic to Sierra. Sierra, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Sierra, can you do me a favor while you're here? Can you Google what is the projected increase in value of homes 2025 in Jacksonville? Let's do 2024 and 2024 and 2025. Now, the reason why Sierra is doing it, I just want to know the percentage, Sierra. What is the projected percentage increase in value of homes 2024, 2025? Now, Ian, what advice would you give? What advice would you give her, Ian? Are you here, Ian?
Yep.
What is the number one? What is the first thing that you would tell her in regard to getting started, based off of what you heard? And tell her about your story, where you came from and where you are today.
Yeah. So my story, I was really fortunate. I got the right education at the right time, but I just really put to use everything that I learned on stage here. I learned how to buy multi-units with Otis. I learned about real estate through Tony. And then once I had had some money put together, like any chances, who's this, Shay? Are you a veteran? If you're in J-Bill?
No, I'm not a veteran, but I'm plotting on 2 family members.
Okay, great. Well, anyway, so that area specifically is really good for rentals. So you just have to get started, and it's scary making that first jump, because you're thinking that you're going to have this big anchor tied around your neck, but it turns into it turns into an investment, because all of a sudden that equity in the house can be your safety net. So anything else that you have that you've been able to save, you can invest, and then those little extra investments add up over time. Because what I did is, I'm sorry, say again.
No, I'm sorry. I'm definitely not scared. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get my hands dirty. I'm down for it all.
Yeah, and it happens faster. It's harder than you think, but it happens faster than you think. So what I had to do is I had to figure out, I took the jump, bought my house, gave me some equity, and then I took everything we saved up. Obviously, like, we left a little bit there, right? But like, I took everything we had and I bought real estate with it. And then that real estate was fine, and it started producing income. And now that one property, has it doubled my whole estate. You know what I mean? So what it can really add up for you in time, though, is like that doubling process. How fast can you do it? And you know what I mean? Every time you double it, obviously you're getting more and more out of every next step.
Okay. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, so now my advice to you is that, okay, there's programs out there that you can get into properties with little to no money down. The first thing that I would do is I would look up the NACA program, NACA. Okay. NACA. Okay. Now, they also have first-time homebuyer programs that you can get into. And then if you want to get creative, you can get a multifamily to cash flow. Now, the very first thing that you need to do is set up an appointment. And if you check your message right now, okay, check your message. Okay, do you check your messenger? And Sierra is going to get you on our calendar, and we're going to give you a free roadmap call. And I want you to repeat after me. I will be a real estate investor.
Be a real estate investor.
By November 1st.
By November 1st.
2024.
2024. Oh, I'm with it.
Outstanding, man. Let's go, man. Can we put some fire emojis in the chat, man? Because check this out, guys. It starts with your commitment. We're gonna get you On the Sierra, take your phone number down, girl. Crazy. Man, you go.
Got it. It's too late.
Crazy. Sierra, take your number down, man. I can't, man. If you don't get that off of here, crazy. Okay, so
Sierra knows better, dog. She's got a business line.
So Sierra's our partner. She's going to get you on a consultation call with me. Me and her are going to walk you through, and you will have your first property this year. Okay, that's all it takes. And guys, for those of you who are listening and you're in the same process, guys, look. Right now, it just showed that properties are projected to increase in value around 4% in Jacksonville. So let me show you why. You're never looking at it from an investment, a buyer's perspective. You're looking at the future of what the property is going to be worth. Okay. So when you guys are looking at investing in real estate, okay, right now we're 7 million houses short in America. So that means that anything that you're going to buy, as long as you do, if you're looking at it and you don't own property at all right now, the value of the property is going to go up because of scarcity. It's rare. Transferability. Can you rent or sell it? Utility. Is it useful? And then demand. She's in Jacksonville. So right now that is a transitional location. Okay. There's a lot of military people out there. So she can get a multifamily and rent that out to a veteran and get housing allowance, which is tax free. Okay. Anybody else want to jump in with her? Because Shay, congratulations. Okay. For doing your commitment today. And we're going to get you going. And then you're going to come back on here. And then you're going to say you learned everything from Anthony Glenn.
He hit the right button this time too.
Yeah, I did. I've been pushing all types of buttons. But Otis, you wanted to add something to that?
Yeah, I would, Shay, I would encourage you, if I was in your position, I would get my real estate license. And only because it's self-paced, it's something that I can do in the evenings when I have time, and then I just got to take the state test. And Florida specifically is one of the states where it's easier to get your license. Now, even if you don't want to become a licensed real estate professional, you can represent yourself in some of these situations. So, you know, that 2.5%, 3% commission you can use for your down payment. Mm-hmm. Like you can negotiate that in, and it creates another revenue stream. And, you know, you've got a circle of influence. You got to know somebody that owns a house or is trying to get one at some point in time. So I would keep that on the back burner, even if you don't want to go down that path. And then once you get a little traction, well, I'll leave it at that. That's what I wanted to say. I'll leave it at that. But I would strongly consider it based on where you live and the 2-kid situation.
And Shay, did you get poured into today? Okay, so let's look at this real quick. So Ian, are you here? Or Bruno? Ian or Bruno?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so what is 3% of 250,000?
That is $7,500.
So that means if you was to buy a property today, okay, and in the next 12 months, okay, that means that your property is going to increase in value anywhere from $7,000 to $8,000 in 1 year. Let's just say you kept that property for 3 years. 8, 16. That's $24,000 that you've made just by owning and living in the property. Stop wasting your money and investing in somebody that can have the ability to either kick you out or raise the rent on you. That when you own your own property, that means that you can control it, and then you can draw revenue from it and then leverage equity, which is equities is what the property is worth and the increased value of the property and what you pay down. That's like a piggy bank that you can leverage to buy more real estate. So Shay, good luck to you. And thank you for your commitment. Sierra is going to get you on a consultation call with us. And then we look forward to you coming back on here and letting us know when you get your first investment property. Let's go.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Outstanding, man. I need a little bit more excitement, Shay. Come on, Shay. She said, okay, thank you. I'll talk to y'all later. It's because your ass at work.
No,
that's
sorry,
what it is.
Yeah, because I do work from home, but I'm not supposed to be totally paying attention.
Okay.
But no, I really am excited, though. I'm a huge fan. Thank you a lot.
Okay, fantastic, guys. So anybody on here have any other questions for us? Any questions? Okay, so if you want to buy my first living house using my business credit, what do you think? Okay, Feely, I know that you got a unique situation. Okay, so Shay, I'm going to go ahead and tuck you in the audience real quick. Let me move you down, okay? And then if you have questions, just raise your hand and I'll bring you back up. For those of you that are joining us, let me do a quick room reset while I bring up Felipe. I think that's Felipe. I can't remember the name. But here's the deal, guys. For those of you that are on the show, if you guys are enjoying the show, put a 1 in the chat because we're going to keep rocking out real quick. And then we still owe you guys what creates value in property. And we're going to tell you some quick underwriting scenarios. What we're going to do is we're going to go multifamily versus single family homes. We're going to duke it out. Okay. So guys, listen, if you guys want us to do a underwriting scenario on how we quickly analyze a property, put a 1 in the chat. We're going to break down if it's going to be a good investment property purchase, and we're going to go step by step through the math, and you guys could be able to rock out with us. Me, Ian, Bruno, and Sierra are going to go through this scenario. But if you guys are on the live right now, we need to get you guys to get us up to 10 more shares. Down at the bottom, you'll see a arrow pointing to the right. Okay, hit that arrow and get some shares in here. Get us up to 30 shares right now, guys. Get us to 35 shares. And then, guys, keep hitting 200 likes, and we have 30 people that are in here. And then we currently have 61 people on our YouTube. And then we currently have 9 people on our Instagram live. So guys, if you guys appreciate what we're doing and you guys want to see us underwrite a property, put a 1 in it. What's up, Anthony? You want to come say hi? All right. Anthony's hovering around. Say what's up.
What's up, guys?
What up, man?
What are you guys what are you guys talking about?
We're talking about real estate. Okay, why are you looking at me? Look at the camera. Okay. What do you want to tell the people? Go ahead. Rock out. Tell us what you taught the other day on live, guys.
So on Chatter, a few days ago, me and Carson did a room on Chatter talking about an ESA, a 529 education, a UTMA, a custodial Roth IRA, and we did a joint presentation on what stocks are and basically how to use them. Okay,
and where do you get the money from to invest those stocks?
From you.
Okay, and where does it actually come from, though? Where does the revenue come from?
Passive income.
Passive income, real estate, and your LLC, right?
Yep.
Okay.
My LLC is Adrithe's LLC Consulting, and Carson's LLC is KTG's LLC Consulting. It's a single member LLC.
And then what do you guys do in the LLC?
We basically advertise your socials, and we're basically brand ambassadors to your business.
Okay.
Which grants revenue to both of our LCs and accounts.
Okay, and then did we trade?
Yes, we traded. I traded some Microsoft stocks and some food stocks as well.
Okay, and tell us how. Give us a quick example of how you did the trade, just quickly.
So we went on a stock website, and then we went to the stock market, just looked at some stocks, went on Microsoft, and got a market order for what the market was at, what the market price was at.
And tell us what type of tell us the difference between market and put. Give us some examples.
So you want a limit order and a stop order?
Yeah, you tell us what it is. Why are you looking at me? Look at the camera, dog.
A limit order is basically an order preventing you from spending more money than you have to. So it's basically saying, I'm not buying this stock unless it goes below this amount of money, or I'm not selling this stock unless it goes past this amount of money. And a stop order is basically saying, I'm not spending more money. It basically prevents you from spending more money than you have to.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
Okay. All right. Ride out, Jack. Love you.
I better be nice to him. I'm gonna be working for his little ass one of these days. Boy, I better be nice when I come through.
Now, the reason why I do that, man, is because if I can teach kids how to do it, if we can teach children how to do it, guys, guess what? We can teach y'all how to do it. Carson, come in here. Go get your sister. Now I have an 11-year-old daughter, and they're doing the same thing, guys. Listen, what we're telling you guys, listen, my kids will be millionaires. Why are y'all waiting to go to school? Listen, I'll break it down. The real estate prints the money. The LLC unlocks the ability to do what, y'all? I got my family members on the stage. What does the LLC do for the people? What does the corporate structure do? Anybody jump in. Tell us some of the things. Sierra, Ian, Bruno, what does the limited liability company do for the real estate?
So it helps you with tax liabilities. It gives you anonymity, and really just opens you up to be able to have more options, man, to kind of spread that out.
What else, Otis? You want to jump in?
Yeah, so tax favorite liability protection and anonymity. You also can utilize certain IRS programs like the Augusta rule, rent your house out for shareholder meetings 14 times a year, which for me, I'm expensing $72,000 a year doing that. So there's a lot of advantages that can be magnified by utilizing an LLC or a combination of LLCs, depending on how you're structured. But talk to a qualified professional when you're ready to have that conversation.
Bingo, 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 guys. We're just showcasing some of the stuff that you guys are going to learn in our space. Well, listen, we're not just telling you how to invest in real estate. We're teaching you guys how to structure your company to where you can have credit, collateral, and capital. So, Carson, can you tell the people what you taught about the other day?
I taught about stocks, UTMAs, and custodial Roth IRAs.
Okay, can you explain to me one of them? What one of them does?
A UTMA can make you give a child gifts without the guard or the aid of a guardian or a trustor.
Okay, and then what's the trustor? What is that?
A trustor is someone who owns the trust and gives gifts to the beneficiary or the trustee, which is the person who receives.
Good job. And then what do you do? Where's your properties located?
Florida and Texas.
Okay, and what do you do within my business?
I'm a brand ambassador in your business.
What's that?
It's someone who advertises the business or helps make it known.
Then how much do you get paid?
Like 14,000 something.
Annually?
Yes.
What's the difference between saving the money and investing the money?
Investing the money is making it grow more, and you can do stuff with it, like use it for college funds, but saving money is putting extra money into your account that like birthday money or something like that.
Okay, and what is the difference between active and passive income?
I don't know about
You don't remember that one?
Mm-mm.
Okay, what about let me ask you this one. What is installment and revolving debt?
Installment debt is when you have a big loan to pay off, like $1,000, and you pay it in fixed payments.
Mm-hmm.
And revolving debt is when you like in a credit card, when you keep like when you're buying groceries, and the more you buy groceries, the more your debt goes up.
Okay, and last and final thing, what is a FICO score?
A FICO score is a 3-digit number based off of how likely you are to pay off your debts, and the 3 credit bureaus are TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian.
Okay, all right, 98, Jack. You got one wrong. Okay, love you, Chicken Nugget. Now, the reason why I wanted to show that, guys, is because, listen, why are we waiting to teach our kids about this stuff? They're not teaching it in the school. They teaching kids how to transition. Okay, they teaching kids about everything that they need to know so they can get in the system that's going to help. That's going to put them in a position to fail. Look, guys, you can't be here unless you learn it yourself. So, guys, get property. Now, man, I kind of went on a tangent right now, but I wanted to tell you guys, listen, man, there's no reason why you should not be owning real estate, because it's just no reason why you shouldn't. Okay. If you live, the more that you own, the more power that you have. Now, I do have a question, guys. For those of you that are if you guys are enjoying the space, put a 1 in the chat, guys. If you guys are having a good conversation with us, put a 1 in the chat, guys, because we got a lot of people here right now. I want you guys to understand the power of what we're teaching you guys to do. All of you guys, the reason why I bought my kit, this is not for you. This is for you taking care of your mom or your daddy. Okay, this is for you guys getting in the position to where you can help your family and get out of the rat race. Right now, a lot of you guys everybody is, and I was that person. You get up early in the morning, you go to work Monday through Friday, you kill yourself to get paid a little bit of money. And then on the Saturday, right, you got to spend time with the family. Sunday, you got half a day, you go to church, day's gone. Then you got to prepare for the next day. And then you're in this cyclical circle to where you're doing the same thing, and then you're just getting enough money to get by. We're working to pay your bills. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been in that position before, because I'm with you guys. So right now, the beauty of real estate and corporations is that it allows you to have passive income that replaces you to where you do not have to work to get paid infinitely. You buy a piece of real estate, that real estate is going to pay you forever. Now, who wants to jump in?
Look, not only does it pay you forever, you reap the benefits of owning real estate forever. You've got accelerated depreciation. You've got, you're writing off the interest, you're writing off the expenses. It's just, there's so many different advantages to owning real estate. And, you know, over time, it's going to go up in value. So you can pull money out of that real estate to buy more real estate. And once you scale up into multifamily, 5 units or above, then it's a completely different ball game. Right, it's a completely different ballgame. You can now add value by being able to manage rents and, you know, manage your net operating income and pull money out and buy more real estate. The goal for me as a real estate investor now, not as a consumer, is to take. Sorry. The goal for me is to take a lump sum of money, purchase real estate, get all my money back out of the deal, use the same money to purchase more real estate, leaving a trail of cash flowing assets in my wake. And every time I do that, my passive income increases a little more, until ultimately I'm on a beach somewhere, not having to be anywhere at any time or work with anybody unless I absolutely want to. And that's the goal for everybody. So when we get into what's better, multifamily or residential and all that, I focus on the math. What math is going to get us to our financial objective the quickest? And I never prioritize anything that I have to sell to go ahead and get paid. Right. I don't do too much stocks. Right. I don't do crypto. I do stocks. I don't do crypto. I don't do all that other stuff. Right. Because I got to sell it to get paid. Stocks pays you dividends. Real estate pays you rent. And if you manage it, you can accomplish a lot with just a little.
And that's good, guys. Okay. So, listen to what I'm going to say, guys. We're at the top of the hour, guys. If you guys are enjoying this conversation, put a 2 in the chat, guys, because we're going to keep rocking out. We're at the top of the hour. Welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. I'm your host, Anthony Glenn, and I have my co-hosts, Ian, Bruno, Sierra, and Otis James. Please make sure you guys give them a follow, guys, because we're going to rock out for the next couple of hours. Make sure you follow myself and follow them. Listen, sharing is caring. So, and bang those thumbs, guys, if you're here, and get more people in here, guys. If you guys enjoy what we were talking about, you guys can get on here and listen on how to win. Now, for those of you that are in here and you guys want to make you're tired of living the way that you live, text us. The number is 760-573-2731. 760-573-2731. All you got to do to get started is shoot us a text message. My staff will reach out to you. We'll get you on a free 10-minute consultation call to wherever you at. It doesn't matter if your credit is messed up. It doesn't matter. All you need to know is where you want to buy and what strategy that you want to use. Okay. And if you guys know that, we can guide you in the right direction, because credit can be fixed. But one thing that you can't get back is time. Okay. That number again is 760-573-2731. Now I'm going to give you guys some advice. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want some real estate advice, the best advice that I could give you. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to hear the best advice that I could give you guys. The absolute best, the number 1 advice that I could give you guys. Okay. Here it is right here. Y'all ready? Number 1, never invest with a person that is moving by themselves. Okay. Right now you see Bruno, Ian, Otis, the sit rep, and Sierra on the stage right now. Now, the reason why I tell you guys that is because there's a lot of people who are out here selling courses. Okay, with 0 receipts. If you can't Google that person and you can't find them, why you signing up for a course on TikTok because a person rented a 573 Feely 573 760-573-2731. Why are you guys investing because a person rented a Bentley that's not theirs and got off a jet that's not flying? Okay. That's number 1. Number 2, make sure you ask thorough questions. Look them up and see if they have a Google profile set up with an address and a phone number that you can reach out to. And number 3, make sure that they can prove the receipts. Anytime I was Otis. How many houses you got? Okay, I was asking questions like before I signed up for the course. I was putting Otis before I spent my little money I had to invest in. I was asking like 900 questions. But listen, the reason why I say that, man, is because look, we're here to help you guys invest in real estate. At the end of the day, that's what we're here to do, guys. We want you to become real estate investors. We want you to come back, okay? And I'm not sacrificing my reputation and giving you some advice on something that I've never done, okay? Now, Sierra, Ian, Bruno, you guys want to jump in? Otis, y'all got anything to say?
Yeah, no, you're right, man. And look, I've lifted the veil and I see how these organizations are marketing this real estate education materials. And I'm not minimizing. I think there's some decent organizations out there, but keep in mind, after the pandemic, everybody was at home trying to figure out how to make a buck.
Yep, that's true.
So you got people Googling stuff, putting it in a PDF and selling it as a course. Now, there's a place for that too, right? But don't sell it for $5,000. Sell it for $30. So you got to understand how to vet folks. Myself and everybody else you see on this call, we love the tough questions because it's the only time we get to brag about what we do. Mm-hmm. So I tell people, look, vet the hell out of me. I've had to stop some people that were just ready to give me money and say, wait a minute, you haven't asked me the questions. It's telling me you may not actually understand the value in what I bring to the table. Let's slow down and let's talk about it. All right. So beware, man. It's buyer beware. And I've seen a lot of horror stories from people that I decided to mentor for free just because they had been treated so bad where they came from. So it's out there, right? And we're all adults. Anything that sounds too good to be true usually is. So go ahead, Ant.
Fantastic.
And I gotta tap out. My son has an emergency. I gotta call him. Well, not an emergency. He just got fired. So let me see what happened.
Okay, brother. Hey, I'll hit you up afterwards, and we'll tap in. Make sure you guys give Otis a follow, and thank you, Otis, for pulling up. Appreciate you.
Thanks for.
Okay, guys. Sorry about that, man. I thought she was gone. But make sure you guys give Otis James a follow. And guys, if you guys are enjoying the show, we're going to go for another 20 minutes. Okay, and we're going to talk to you guys about how to win in real estate. So if you guys are enjoying this live, you guys want us to go multifamily versus single family home. Okay, get the share. I need 10 more shares for the people that are on here right now. And we're going to underwrite this deal. Again, that number is 760-573-2731. If you guys want to get on a free consultation call with us, shoot us a text message and then we'll rock out with you guys. Bruno, Ian, did you guys have any value to add to the conversation?
Man, I think, it's what we've been saying, man, over and over again. It's just, for people to be able to take action, man, listen to the things that people are pouring into you for free, right? And then figuring out and making the decision about whether or not you are wanting to do something, right? So, but Tony, I think, man, like you said it in the beginning, right? When you were talking about how, it's hard. And then sometimes it's, but then again, like being broke is hard. Not having money is hard. Like not knowing where you're going to be, providing for your family is harder, right? But at the end of the day, man, like I feel like the people who do the best, that thrive the most, are the people that have suffered long enough, right? So you have to suffer enough for you to say, all right, everything that I've done did not work out. And I've gone through enough shit for me to now say, all right, I am willing to do whatever it takes, right? By any means necessary, I'm willing to make whatever sacrifices are required to achieve the level of greatness that I'm after, because I know from my personal experience what does not work, right? And that's the thing that I'll kind of leave with the people that are listening and tapping in, right? That a lot of times don't look at the failures or the different trials that you've had to withstand as if it's for nothing, right? Because that right there, it actually will help you out more by
St. John.
What doesn't work, because now once you craft, once you kind of craft your journey, you're able to tailor that based off of the experience from what it is that that doesn't work, right? But again, man, you know what I mean? People who aren't sharing, the same people that aren't hitting the likes, the same people that are the ones that aren't going to be really using things to their advantage. But hopefully people are realizing that there's room for growth and to tap into some of the stuff that's being here provided, man.
Fantastic, guys. And guys, let's talk about this. Lee, I see you came to the stage. Welcome to the show. How can we help you win in real estate? What question do you have?
Hey, yeah, well, I'm hopping in
because I've been in and out of your lives a couple of times. I see you guys talk about good information. Just kind of want to share my story a little bit. I was always kind of skeptical of real estate. I want to say about 6 years ago, I hopped in. I was living in an apartment. I bought my first property, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhouse, south side of Atlanta. For I think it was a HUD home. I think I paid like $100,000 for it. And I was like, I'm all in. I'm putting everything, going in and do renovation, floors, doing most of the work myself. Basically, almost spending every dime I had trying to get it right. And the only reason I really got it was for Airbnb. So I just kind of want to share my story. Like, this real estate is it's a very lucrative way to make money. You can make money passively. When I started Airbnb, probably like 6 years ago, I'm still in it. I just have different properties now. But I had a super low mortgage, and at that time, I was probably grossing like $4,000 to $5,000 a month from that one property.
What's the address?
That was 20 Pine Canyon Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. It was Unit 7.
I know where that's at.
Yeah. And it's crazy. At that time, I got that house with a HUD home. I paid like $96,000 for it. I forgot how many years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, ended up selling that property for $255,000. So, that there just made me a huge believer. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what it is. I can buy a house, make crazy money on it month.
And Lee, real quick, man, because we got a show and we're on pace, right? So do you have any questions that you want to ask us while you're on the show?
Yeah, I did want to ask you, what do you kind of think about to scale as far as cash out refinance?
Okay, great question. Okay, so Lee, I got you. Okay, so cash out refinance. I'm gonna run now. The reason why we want to make sure we get to everybody. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to make sure that we were being able to answer your question. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions, and then I'm gonna run you through basically how I would run a consultation call. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, Ian, Bruno, y'all ready to help me out with this one?
Let's kick it.
Okay, so number one with the when you had that property, your Airbnbs, what did you tell me how a tenant would pay you?
Well, that property was only Airbnb, so I was getting paid through Airbnb.
Okay, you got paid to Airbnb, and then that money went to where?
It went to a business checking account.
Okay, great. Okay, so now. It went to a business checking account, but did you have the house in your name?
The house was in my name, yes.
Okay, so follow me with it. Do you have a pen?
Yeah, let me grab
a pen, because I'm gonna give you some game, dog, because you came up and shared your story. Okay, so while he's talking, Ian, can you tell him why he wanted to run the money through a limited liability account versus a personal business account?
All right, so you want to put it through your business account because it creates for a couple different reasons. One, it's just it's cleaner with your taxes, because if you own that property with an LLC, the income is going through the LLC. And the LLC, we talked about it before, about all the different tax advantages that's going to give you, period. But also what it helps you with too is this liability. So the liability can be a really big factor with these different investment properties, and the LLC is a great tool because it gives you the same advantages that we were talking about before with the taxes and the opportunities of spending the money in different ways that gives you more advantages. And there's also the fact that liability is there, where if granny visiting, slips and falls on the stairs, breaks a hip, you're not on the hook, or at least your other properties aren't on the hook, any kind of other investments or property you may have. Because they're going to come after it if they got a chance to see it. If the lawyer smells blood in the water, like, it doesn't matter. If he can get $5 million, he's going to try to get $5 million.
Bingo. So check this out. So step one is the next property that you get in this investment property. Step one is get it out of your name and put that property in a trust. That's the first thing. The second thing is to create the limited liability company, okay, and then have your Airbnb pay the limited liability company. And then step three is to have the limited liability company have multiple members in your LLC. You heard what I just said, multiple members. Everybody put that in the chat. Multiple members in the LLC, and then you can put yourself and whoever else you have in there on payroll. Bruno, why do you want to get paid? Why do you want the LLC to pay you for your services? What does that do, Bruno?
So it helps with taxation, right? So when you're talking about for tax purposes, right? You want to make it to where you pay the taxes off of the pay and the salary that your LLC establishes for you, right? So ideally, well, obviously I'm not a tax advisor or attorney. Just of you creating an LLC and then filing your taxes. With the S corp election, for example,
Bingo.
right? But again, do your own research. But regardless, it's using that for taxation purposes. And then something else that I wanted to add to what Ian was talking about, right? When you asked the question about like why is it that he would want to use his LLC to receive the funds, right, instead of his personal, right? The IRS despises, they absolutely hate commingling, right? So when you're talking about, red flags and things, you are practically begging, right, for you to be audited, right? And commingling is one of the things that, they will absolutely have a field day once they catch wind of it.
And I got a little picture here, and I'm gonna run through this real quick, and then I'm gonna show you something, okay? So I drew this out. So the property's in the trust. Let's say this was a multifamily, and each door you had tenants in it, okay? The tenants pay the limited liability company, and then the tenants will then pay you on payroll and whoever else is on payroll, because the money is flowing through from the Airbnb into the limited liability company. Then when you're on payroll, that money is flowing through to you. That unlocks your ability to get a business line of credit. That's called a BLOC. That's the reason why you want to flow the money through the limited liability company, because you can get a business line of credit. Now, remember, you have three forms of collateral. You have your social security number you can borrow money against. You have the home that you can borrow money against with a business line of credit or a home equity line of credit. And then also the LLC has something called an EIN number. That EIN number also you can borrow against too. So this is the reason why we tell you about this structure, and hopefully that was able to pour into you. But a couple of ways. If you got property, you got your HELOC, your home equity line of credit, and then you also have the cash out refinance. But if you structured correctly and you have that limited liability company, you don't have to use the equity because you got the LLC that has reoccurring money coming in, because you said $5,000 a month. If you were doing that type of numbers with an Airbnb and that money's coming through an LLC, then you don't have to use equity out of your house. So I would definitely hit us up and get on a free consultation call and hit us up, and then we'll get on a call with you and see how we could structure everything for you. Did we answer your question, Lee?
Oh, for sure. No, good info.
Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me do a quick room reset. Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. Make sure you follow Ian and Bruno. Okay. These are partners of ours. And if you guys want to get on a free consultation call with you, okay, text WIN to 760-573-2731 where we can help you guys win in real estate. That number again is 760-573-2731. Okay, wherever you're at in your real estate journey, we will be able to help you. Does anybody have any questions in the chat? Any questions? Any questions? Anybody have any questions or comments that they would like to ask? Okay. Okay. So let's see here. Felipe.
Hold
on one second. One quick second. Okay. So Felipe, we were going to get on a call with you. We got your text message. Okay. And then anybody else that called, Bruno and Ian and Sierra will be reaching out to you guys to get you guys on calendar. Felicia. Okay. So check this out. Listen to me. Tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to do the underwriting tomorrow. We don't have time. You guys didn't get us to 50. We didn't meet our goal. Listen, guys, when you come in here, we want shares and likes. The more shares that we got, the more likes that we get, the more information that we'll get. But we went 90 minutes and we only got 33 shares. So we're going to table today's conversation, and tomorrow we will talk about multifamily. So guys, make sure you pull up with your hands out to share, okay? And the reason why we want you guys to help us do this is because we can't grow. Listen, I'll be able to share my screen once I get to 10,000 people. I'm already at 7,200. So we got less than 3,000 followers left. And then we can get on screen and walk you guys through the underwriting process. But we can't do it unless you guys are sharing and liking. So right now, I'll tell you what, we will do one underwriting scenario because we got 27 people here right now. If you guys get me up to 50 shares right now, okay? 50 shares, okay? 50 shares. We got 27 people here right now. Make sure you like and share this. Once I get up to 50 people, we will walk you guys through a underwriting scenario. Ian, did you want to jump in?
Yeah, just kick it back to the kind of the opportunity of using an LLC for a piece of rental property. So this is a question we get all the time, and I was wondering if you could take a second and explain a little bit deeper. Is the process of taking a property from a personal residence ownership to doing an LLC ownership with the bank or with the money involved? So that way you do everything legit. Like, what are the steps involved in getting something transferred to? Because you always taught us, right, the non-owner occupied. Conventional is the one you got to pick. So is there any other basically steps that they should look out for, titles in their loan transfer process that they should be looking out for?
Yes. Okay. So guys, when you listen to people on TikTok and telling you guys, oh yeah, you can transfer the property out of your name and then you can just get another loan. Guys, I'm telling you right now, man, if you are doing that and you're listening to these people on TikTok, you're going to get in trouble. Okay. All right. So when you get a conventional loan and it's a low interest rate, it's probably for owner occupant conventional loan. If you're doing it, if you're transferring out of the FHA or VA loan and you're doing a conventional loan, it has to be non-owner occupant conventional loan. If you're doing a cash out refinance to buy other properties. So I'm telling you guys, you don't have to do that. There's something called a HELOC. There's equity lines of credit. There's home equity lines of credit. There's business lines of credit. There's so many scenarios that you guys could utilize. There's creative financing. There's subject to financing. There's seller financing. Okay, so there's multiple ways to get the money. You don't have to go the traditional way. So one of the fundamental things I want to tell you guys is listen to me, man. Stop listening to people who is going to give you in trouble. So if you're on my live right now and you're looking to invest in real estate, I'm going to give the number again, 760-573-2731. Text us today and we'll get you on a free consultation call. Now, here's a last and final thing that we'll do. Let's run through Bruno, Ian. Let's go through this scenario with them. Let's go single family home scenario. And then let's go a multifamily scenario. Okay. Y'all want to do that with me? Okay, so Bruno, can you tell me some of the things before I invest in a piece of real estate and I want to see how much rental income I can get? What are some of the fundamental things that I'm going to need before I invest in a piece of real estate? What's the first thing that you would suggest a person needs to do in regard to the business plan? What needs to be in there?
Oh, you said multifamily or single family?
Just regular single family home. I want to invest in single family home. What are some of the data that I need to get in order to get that investment property?
So I would look at the average market rent. I would look at the average appreciation rate, so you can gauge how the equity position is going to look like, and then you can align it with your exit strategy, right? So one is creating the exit strategy that you're going to implement into the business plan. Two is going to be looking at the average market rent. Three is going to be looking at the appreciation rate, and then factor in the numbers. But you'll need that information for you to be able to get the numbers put together.
We'll get you started, okay? And then, guys, we're gonna walk you through step by step. Ian, what are some of the things that I need to know? How can I figure out the average market rent for investing in real estate?
That one, I mean, depends how fast you want to do it, right? If we're just doing napkin style, I mean, I'll just go to one of the public sites like, Redfin, Zillow, something like that, see what the market rate's doing, and then just kind of pencil it out. But if I'm doing a deep dive and I'm going to make an offer on this property, I'll talk to real estate agents in the area. I'll talk to the agent or person representing the sale to see what they are saying that their rents are currently. And then if there's any room for improvement there, because usually if a tenant's been in place for a long time, they usually have a better rate of rent than a person that's coming on the market immediately. So I always got to figure out the, and then you just figure out what it is. Real estate professionals, public sites, any other particular people in the area.
Let me pause right there. Okay, let me give it to you easy. Okay, number one. How much is the property going to cost you? Okay, that's number one. Okay, all right. Cost of the property. Number two, how much rental income can the property get? Rental income. Okay, now everybody put the number 3 in the chat. 3. So 3 is going to be, you're going to get 3 rental properties, and then you're going to add that rent up, and then multiply it times 12. That's going to tell you how much rent that you can get. Now from there, you're going to cut that rent in half and divide by the purchase price. So let's do it real time, okay? So let's just say that there's a multifamily, and that multifamily is getting $38.50. Everybody put $38.50 in the chat. Let me show you how easy this is. $38.50. Ian, come back up and you can help me with the math if you want to. Okay, so that property is a multifamily. It's a fourplex. So that means that $38.50 divided by Ian. Do you have the ability to get a calculator?
Yeah, but every time I do, it kicks my mic off. But I'll do the numbers for you and switch back and forth.
Bruno, do you have a calculator?
Yeah, man. Let's see if it'll let me stay logged in.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to do this. You guys are going to do this math with me, and I'm going to show you how quick Ian and I can see if this property is going to be good or not for us to invest in. So if it's a fourplex and I get $38.50, what do I need to do to that $38.50?
If it's a fourplex and you get $38.50 from one unit or from all the units?
Fourplex from all the units.
So you'll
take $38.50
like for the rent.
$38.50 and divide by 4. That's what I'm going to do first. That's step 1. Oh, okay. $38.50 divided by 4 is what number?
962.
So that means that 962 is what I'm going to get for that property each unit. So let's go 950. Okay, we'll do 962. Okay, now I'm going to have to multiply that times 12. Why am I doing that, Ian? Why am I multiplying this times 12?
Because that's how much you're going to get per unit over the year.
There you go. So I'm going to take $38.50, multiply that times 12. What do I get?
$11,544.
I'm sorry, $38.50 times 12.
46,200.
That's going to be my gross rental income, my gross profit. That's all the money I have coming in annually for that property. Now, to be conservative, before I even get anything, I'm going to divide that rent by 2. Why am I dividing the rent by 2, Ian? Because of my expenses, correct?
Yes, sir. All right. So this is the, once again, really quick, dirty underwriting of something before you get the real numbers from the people representing the sellers. It's just a good way of accounting for taxes, water bills, expenses, any of the other, rent collection, vacancies. It's just a good way of just doing a really quick, dirty number to see if that is going to give you the return on your money that you're looking for.
Bingo. Okay, so now I'm going to take that and I'm going to $38.50 times 12 because I get the reoccurring rent every year if I was 100% owner occupied. Okay, and then I'm going to get my gross profit. I'm going to divide my gross profit by 2. What do I get, Ian?
About 23 grand.
Okay, so now I'm going to take that number and then I'm going to divide that by the purchase price or what they want for the property. And that's going to give me my capitalization rate. So let's just say they wanted, let's say $450,000 for that property, Ian. So, so tell me, what do I need to do next, Ian? I take that number, that net rent, and I'm going to divide by what? 450,000, right?
Yep. And then, okay, so this is a cool thing about the numbers of it. So once you do that, so is anybody running a calculator on the live? And that way they can punch in the numbers and I'll guide them through something?
I'll do it. I got it. Right. I got the calculator. Let me pull it up real quick.
Yep. And I'll even show you a trick at the end if you follow me for all the smart ones.
Okay.
So you're not smart with math, everybody. You just haven't had enough experience. All right. So, Tony, you ready?
Hold on 1 second, Jack. Okay. All right. I got the calculator up. Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So what we do is we take the net income, which is
I'm gonna walk through it all the way. So 3850 is what I get for the property. I multiply that times 12 because it's a fourplex. I'm getting $960 per unit. That gives me a gross income of $46,200. I'm going to divide by 2, which gives me $23,100.
Yep. So then you take the $23,100 and you divide by the purchase price. So we said is $450.
We're going to divide by, let's make it $500,000 to make it nice and easy. Divided by $500,000. Okay, that gives me 0.0462.
All right, so then so what 0.0462, and if you, all right, yeah, then here, go times 100.
Times 100. I'm just turning it into a nice whole number. That's a 4.62, like a 4 cap.
Yep. So that's a 4.62 cap rate. Okay. So that's a really great number to know because that tells you kind of how much of a return you're getting for every dollar. Okay. So the bigger the amount, the more that number's going to grow too. If it's $1 million and it's a 4.6 cap rate, that means you're going to make 46,000 out of it profit. Okay. Remember, because this is your profit. This is your profit calculation. Okay, so this is the other way too. So imagine you have you know what the net profit is, but you want to figure out how much you want to offer on that property to get a 5 cap. So say your 5 cap is the absolute minimum that you can put down on this property. You can use the net operating income as a number in the same math to figure out what you have to offer if you need to net a 5. All right. So Tony, you want to do that with me real quick? It's cool. It's a cool thing.
Let's run it.
Okay. So if you have a property that makes $23,000 and you want a 5% cap rate, you take the 23,000, your net operating income, and you divide by your required cap rate. So you would take the $22,100 divided by 0.05. And what does that give us, Tony?
460,000. That would be my offer price.
So then something's off then, because if at 21,000 we're getting a 4.6% cap rate. Oh, that's right, because we're at 26. Then I'm bad. I'm sorry then. So what I mean by that is we take you said 26 or 22?
Okay, so that's why you get lost in the map, dog.
No,
I did it exactly the way you told me to do it. Okay, so
you did 22,000 divided by 0.05.
Okay, so I did 23,000 divided by 0.05. That's what you told me to do. I'll do it real time with you. He's doing the math right now. Okay, so guys, once you understand the math, okay, so let's go $23,100, which is my net income. Okay, $23,100 is my net income minus expenses, and then I am going to divide that by 0.05, and that means my offer price should be $462,000 if I want a 5 cap. That's what you were saying, right, Ian?
But for some reason, I need to figure out what's going on, because if you're getting a 4 cap with 4.6 with less money. That doesn't make sense.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to table that, man, because we don't want to complicate people. We need to make sure that everything is good to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, put a 1 in the chat if you guys enjoyed the show. Okay. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys enjoyed the show. Again, if you guys want to get on a free consultation call with us, text the number 760-573-2731. Again, that number is 760-573-2731. Text the word win. Well, we'll help you win in real estate. Tomorrow, we will be on here at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so you guys know where to find us. Make sure you hit that like, follow, and subscribe button. Like a couple of our posts, guys, because here's the deal. We're going to be doing these rooms 3 days a week, and we want you guys to pull up and win with us. Thank you guys for coming to the show, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bruno, you got any parting remarks?
Man, I just want to say thank you for everyone that's tapping in. If you guys can please give me a follow, man, so I can finally get on the video. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. But man, make sure you guys are tuning in, man. And the reason why I think it's valuable, and turn on the notifications, plug in. Even if you feel as if this might not be the right time for you right now, just keep listening, and I'm telling you, eventually you hear it so often, right? So when you hear the saying, fake it till you make it. That's a thing, man. It's legit. It's a thing. Fake it till you make it, right? So if it seems as if it's far-fetched, if it seems as if, you're like, oh man, this is just keep listening to it. And before you know it, eventually, if you listen to it long enough, you're going to actually, take action. So what is it that Tony says? He says, if you hang out in the barbershop long enough, right, you're bound to get a haircut, right?
Yeah. And guys, man, Ian right now, his mind is blown. He's working that calculator right now. I know he is. He's like, what did I do? Dog, it's okay. We all make, sometimes it's hard to explain. But shout out to guys. We were able to reach 1,100 people today on the live, man. Shout out to everybody who pulled up to the show. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for pulling up. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the 8,500 people that have hit them thumbs by liking. Thank you for the 36 shares. And thank you guys on X and YouTube and Instagram for pulling up with us today. We really appreciate you guys. And we will see you. And Felicia, I'm hitting you up. Okay. You will get a phone call from me today. Okay. Outstanding, guys. And we will talk to you guys soon. All right. Have a good day.